What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be tackling a very important topic that I've been wanting to discuss for a really long time already, and that's about the new robot Skyros, which is going to be launching in the anniversary update or update 8.0. And essentially, as you guys have seen in the title and thumbnail, I wanted to state that Skyros might actually not be as good as you think, and I think here's why. So essentially, before we begin, don't forget to check out the giveaway that's currently going on. 5 lanterns up for grabs. So if you're interested in a chance to win one of these guys for 100% completely free, just go check out the main giveaway video. I'll be leaving it in the pinned comment or the description. So yeah, so let's begin. So Skyros, as you can see here, if you haven't heard of it yet, is the new robot once again that's going to be released in update 8.0. It is this rolling thing that can transform into a spider bot. So far, it's a really creative robot, and I honestly think it's really fun. It's one of my favorites so far Pixonic has ever put out, and basically, a lot of people are hyping it up. Saying it's going to be really good or really OP, and like it's going to be dominating the battlefield. But I actually think otherwise, because Skyros is not quite what you guys might think. Some of you actually might have the same opinion as me, but to be 100% completely honest, I think Skyros isn't going to be the best. Honestly, there were some changes made on the test server, and actually Pixonic changed the defense points for Skyros. Actually, they made it from 90% resistance in ball mode to 80%, so they reduced that as well. And on top of the fact that in ball mode, Skyros can't even use its weapons. Honestly, I think Pixonic should have made it that Skyros should just be able to use like one of his weapons while in ball mode, or even just lower the damage by 50 or even 70%, because damage is a quintessential part of War Robot's gameplay. So when you cannot do damage, that said, when you can't do damage, you can't do anything, honestly. And the main reasons why is during my testing on the test server, having that 90%, even 100% resistance is literally almost useless, because everyone nowadays is using corrosion weapons. They're using weapons that can bypass resistance like the Gauss, Weber, and Vault. They're even using the bomb effect weapons, which literally shred Skyros like nothing. Honestly, I'm really disappointed, honestly, with the amount of stuff that Skyros can do. Sure, it's going to be really fun for creative matches, maybe even War Robot Soccer, but honestly, besides just the role of beacon capper, or maybe, yeah, that's it, Skyros is not going to really fare well against the competition. Even Harpy and Siren is overall better, because unlike the resistance Skyros has, Harpy and Siren have the reflector shield, which, as you all know, does not allow anything to bypass its resistance. And so obviously, Skyros, it's going to be the first and only robot, well, not really first, but the only robot in the game to have one heavy, one medium, and one light weapon slot. So I think that's really cool. Skyros ball mode, as you can see with the Titan, I'll just shred this poor Skyros to nothing. And obviously, I do know that the Skyroses that are in the test server are level 8, but come on, what more HP will you be able to gather once you reach MK2 level 12 or even MK3? Maybe an extra 100,000? And as you all know, that HP is super low, especially for the fact that for a robot to be good generally, what I've noticed is that there's a thing I like to call, it's called there's an invincibility mode. Like for example, Harpy and Siren are really good because sure, they're really vulnerable on the ground and easily killed if they're on the ground, but when in the air, they're in a mode I like to call invincibility mode. Same with back in the day, we had the Ares, Hades, and Nemesis. They had the Absorber Shield, which was their invincibility mode. Since there was no shield breaker back then, it was basically the most overpowered thing. Same with Miramet. Stealth is also considered an invincibility mode. That's what makes these robots so meta, versus robots that generally did not have invincibility modes, like Skyros. Because Skyros is not invincible in its resistance mode, because there's so many things that shred resistance nowadays. Like it's almost like Pixonic just deleted resistance and into nothing. And besides the resistance, the super tiny and not even worth it Aegis shield on the outside when it's in normal walking mode is also so abysmal. It's practically just like shouldn't have the Aegis shield in the first place, and you're not gonna do as bad as you think you would. And that's why I think Skyros honestly is really disappointing from a meta perspective. In the eyes of someone who has been using the meta robots for over a year or two at this point straight, Skyros will not compete. But honestly, even despite this, I'm still definitely going to be leveling the Skyros I get to MK3 and really using it because I love the little rolling thing. It's so cute, honestly, seeing it just roll around like that. It's so fun to play. But honestly, if you're like one of those players who really cares about if it's strong or not, Skyros might not be the one you want to invest your hard-earned cash into, because it's just really underwhelming overall as a robot. And that's why I think that Skyros won't be as strong or as good as you think it will, because I've heard lots of YouTubers say like, oh, 90% resistance, immediately strong, like the leech. But no, Skyros just isn't like that, because at the time the leech didn't have anything that could bypass resistance besides corrosion, and the corrosion weapons back then were like abysmal, so no one used them. And yeah, so well, back to the main topic. Pixonic is even releasing new weapons that can actually bypass resistance in the form of the bomb effect. With these new machine gun weapons, or shotgun weapons, I mean. Sorry about that. But yeah, honestly, Skyros, I just wish Pixonic would make it a little bit stronger. Like maybe give it a reflector shield. Maybe that would make it too strong. Because the fact that it can stay in its ball mode forever. Because honestly, the fact that you are not even able to use your weapons makes this robot really weak to begin with. Because for a good robot to do big damage, you have to be able to get into an invincibility mode, like I told you earlier. The reason why you can shoot in the first place is because you know you're not going to die. Just like Revenant before it was nerfed had an invincibility period because you could not sustain any permanent damage, and healing was the solution to everything. And just like this, Skyros does not have an invincibility mode that it can deal damage in. And that's why I really don't count Skyros. I don't think it's going to become the next meta. Probably beacon capping meta if that's anything important to you. But honestly, Skyros is just going to be that one fun robot. And so yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. Check out the video to the left or to the right. Maybe you might be interested in watching one of those. And thank you guys once again. I hope you're having a good time wherever you are, and I'll be catching you all in the next video. Thanks again, and yeah, so peace, and see you in the next one.